King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. The friendly neighborhood mail lady has hooked a brother up, and I want to find out how well or how badly I've been hooked. But today is unboxing day from one of my favorite publishers. I've talked about SST publications a lot during the time that I've been doing these videos on this channel, because I bought a lot of books from them. It's a publisher in the United Kingdom run by a fellow named Paul Fry. Great fellow and a great company. They make phenomenal limited edition books, signed numbered editions, and they make them at an amazing price. So they're one of my very favorites. I've got a list of favorite publishers that I really truly love. SST's up there. They're at the top of that list. Great people, great stuff, and ones that I compare other publishers to, and other publishers typically pale in that comparison. But today's book is also a Joe R Lansdale book, which funnily, interestingly enough, I stumbled into SST publications because of Joe R Lansdale. I collect Joe R Lansdale books, and I noticed at one point that they had some stuff of his, and I dug it. I got some and I dug it, so I'm a fan. I've collected a lot of stuff from SST since that time, but now we're back on the Joe R Lansdale bandwagon with this one. And this one is Cold in July. And Cold in July is actually one of the very first books I'd ever bought of Joe R Lansdale. The first one I bought added to my collection was Bubba Hotep, and that's a limited edition right here from Nightshade Publications, Nightshade Books. And I bought that because I dug the movie, and this has the novella and the screenplay, and it's signed by Joe Lansdale as well as Don Coscarelli, so I had to get that one. And then I think the very next addition to my Lansdale collection was this right here from Mark V. Zeising, a double-decker. 2 books in one slipcase, both signed and numbered, and one of them is Savage Season, who in 1989, who would have thought, would have sprung an entire series of Happen Leonard novels and a 3-season TV show as well, which is pretty doggone good. I recommend it, and I recommend the books. But one of these books is also a book called Cold in July, which ended up spawning a movie with some stars you may have heard of: Michael C. Hall, Sam Shepard, Don Johnson, Crockett and Tubbs, Miami Vice, and Dexter. You know, some big stuff going on there. But this was the first limited edition hardcover copy. It came in that set. It also came in a trade that looked the same without a slipcase, and it is signed, and it's numbered 445 of 500 copies, signed by Terry Lee and Joe R Lansdale, and that might be the best Joe R Lansdale signature I've ever seen. So remember what that one looks like, because I bet when we look at Cold in July, the signature is not going to be that pretty. A lot of things have changed since 1989, and one of them is Joe R Lansdale's signature, as in it's changed a lot. I've probably got 100 or more, probably a lot more than that, Joe Lansdale signatures, and almost none of them look the same. And that's not a complaint, that is an observation. But back to the matters at hand. The matters at hand is unboxing a busted up box. And stuff like this can be stressful. But I think it's exciting. It's exciting for me to find out what kind of damage is there to this book, if any. One thing I do know about SST Publications is look how big that box is. It's huge, and it's stuffed full of packing peanuts, that popcorn stuff, and it's also, the book is wrapped in bubble wrap. These are things I know because I bought a lot of books from SST, and it ships all the way from the United Kingdom. So there's a lot of hands that have probably handled this book, and I'm sure it's been tossed a time or two, mushed a time or two, And that's why the good publishers pack this stuff up well, especially if it's going overseas. You got to take that into even further account. So when I open it up, it's full of the stuffing, and you can see that's where it's bashed in. That's where the book is, pretty close to the bashing. So hopefully, I have made a mess. Who's going to clean this mess up? It ain't going to be me. I ain't going to clean it up. It might stay like that forever. You would leave it like that, wouldn't you? I'm going to go ahead and clean it up now. That's from a movie. I didn't invent that. That's not how I act in real life. That's just from a movie. Anyway, this book I have pre-ordered in October of 2023, and I paid $67.43 US. It's a United Kingdom book, so you pay for it in pounds, but it ended up being $63. That's with shipping and all. And if you're one who's bought limited edition books, you do not buy signed limited edition books with Smith-sewn bindings, 8 interior illustrations, cloth-bound boards, hot foil stamping for $63. It just doesn't happen. It's impossible. Nobody can do that. Except Paul Fry at SST Publications. It's either magic or there's something weird going on over there. I'll trust in the magic. Anyway, let's get this open. It's tissue paper, these nice SST stickers on here, and let's see how she looks, man. I'm interested. So far, it looks like I might not have taken any damage, but let me get this tissue paper off and see for real. That box took a shot. Now let's see if my book took a shot. Get over here in the good light. This is where it would have been busted up on one of these ends, and I see nothing. I see no damage. And I say, thank you, Paul Fry at SST Publications, for hooking a brother up with tip-top packaging that will survive that sort of mass destruction. But here is our dust jacket, Dirk Berger artwork. And like I said, I've gotten a lot of Joe. Man, that looks good. That's going to look good sitting on my shelf right there. I've gotten a lot of Joe R Lansdale books and from SST Publications. And I want to say a lot of Dirk Berger artwork on the cover, and this is so good, man. That's a nice looking illustration. But on the back, wow, there you go, man. It's good. So let me take it out and show you what that dust jacket looks like, all stretched out. And right now, I know something you don't, and I'm amazed by it. But anyway, that is so awesome looking, man. How'd you like to have that hanging on the wall? I don't know if you like it or not. I do. That looks great, flippin' fabulous. Let me look at that for myself. Nice. Dirk Berger, great job. Great job with that artwork. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. But here's what I'm checking out. This book from SST Publications. Look at that 2-color hot foil stamping on the front. And I don't know, but this isn't the typical cloth bound. It almost, I hate to say it, but it almost feels rubbery. I mean, when I rub this, I get that rubber feeling. But it's a really neat material. I don't know what it is. Somebody knows, let me know. But that's the spine. It looks so good. So nice. That book would look good without a dust jacket. And there's the back of it. But it's got a really strange texture. I've never, ever, ever held a book that felt like that in hand. I don't know what it is. Maybe I should send Paul Fry an email and ask him, what's that material on the boards of Cold in July? But it's so nice. And there is our colored in bands, Smith-sewn binding that I talked about. And Smith-sewn binding is essentially where your papers, they're all folded in different sections, and then they're sewn together. The alternative tends to be a glued binding, where those papers are basically chopped off and then glued down, and glued holds each paper to the book. Here they're sewn in. So this book should stand a lifetime. A lot of reading. Also, it is on 100 GSM acid-free paper. I don't know what GSM means, but it's thick. It's good paper. Acid-free means that it will last a whole lot longer without discoloring. Feel it. That's nice. That's nice paper. But our end papers, just as white can be. Artwork. Wow, right up front here is the signature page. Mine is 401 of 500 copies. It's signed. Remember when I told you about that Joe R Lansdale signature? If you rewind a little bit and compare this one to that one, you'll see what I was saying. But 401 is my Joe R Lansdale number for SST. And man, I love this artwork. This is a nice book. I'm really glad that SST is doing the Joe Lansdale back catalog. They're doing the front catalog and they're doing the back catalog. So there's others out there that I'd like to see them attack. Something like Night Runners. I've got a first edition signed limited print of Night Runners from Dark Harvest. I'd like to see SST tackle that one as well. The birthplace, not the birthplace, but the God of the Razor is in there. That short story was included in Night Runners. But I want to go through here now and find these interior illustrations. So there's eight interior illustrations. And let's take a look at this Dirk Burger artwork. It does look nice. I've never, ever been disappointed in an SST book. Like I said, one of the best publishers out there. And I would say, if you're doing dollars to donuts, if you're doing pound for pound, if you're doing quality for the money, nobody really truly compares to SST for what you get for a $60 book delivered. That's shipping from the United Kingdom to Brooksville, Florida. It's mind-boggling what you get here. It seems impossible. I don't know what's going on, but I like it. Anyway, this Dirk Burger artwork is so good. And then on top of all the stuff, you put 8 interior illustrations. There's publishers out there selling books for $200 a piece with 0 interior illustrations. And those publishers get mad when people complain about it and they start throwing around statistics like it costs this much money to make a book and we're not making any very much profit on the book and all that kind of stuff. But I kind of feel like SST's proven them all wrong. There's other publishers out there that really do it right too that I do truly love. But SST has become a standard bearer. Quality production, amazing price, phenomenal authors. They're another publisher that if there's any author out there that I love, I want SST Publications to publish a book of theirs. So whether it be F. Paul Wilson, they've already done a Lawrence Block book, Philip Fracassi. They've already done a Robert McCammon book. Lots and lots of authors they've already done. But when somebody asks me who should do the next limited edition of whatever author, if I like the author, I want an SST Publication version of some of their books. And that's just all there is to it because they're one of my very few favorites. I love this publisher and they do great work. And I just proved it to you, I think, why that is. But after all that, I can think of no more lies to tell. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo.